Africa Games and in future competitions, including the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And what remains now is for ratification of the result by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, and then a new Nigerian record.
And of course, according to Amanzi Marcos, right there, a board member of the AFN, he said with the feat of Oduduru, it means potential podium finishes for Nigeria in subsequent events. We have the All Africa Games coming up, we have the Olympics coming up next year. Wisdom, bank on this and go to the bank with this, or is it more hard work for us to do, or do you think
start looking for another one? Now that building on the successes. Now, you don't only build on the success of one man. It's not only one man that will compete for us in the whole of the Olympics or in the whole of, like you mentioned, Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It's not only Dudu that will do everything. That is if he gets to continue racing or competing for us. It's not the only one that will carry us through maybe track and field, relay, the sprints and everything. So I think basically we should try to use some of these successes to translate to other things. As I said, it's not even being trained here in Nigeria. So it's not even a thing of it's our own grooming and everything. But good one for us going forward.
Reliance, we've seen Okagbari go for Diamond League meetings, come out first, come out second, come out third, beating all the Chilean Fraser prizes of this world, only for her to go to the major tournaments proper, and she finished in 8th position. I think she came from first from behind. So do you think Oduduru's feat is something we can be happy about and go back crossing our legs that we have something to hold on to?
Well, I think the only thing that makes his feat outstanding and dependable a little bit is that he doesn't have much of his training right here in Nigeria. He's foreign based, he's in Texas, he's a collegian, and he did marvelously well. In fact, what really surprised me or stunning about Define's feat right there is that just barely 60 minutes when he finished 100 meters, 9.95 seconds. He went into 200 meters, which seems to be his own strength, and he finished with another record as well. So that's something we can really bank on. But the question is, if you want to consider the caliber of opponent he faced, it was an invitational tournament. So you may really see that there were no much big sprinters, big athletes in quotes, coming into that particular one. So he set a record in an invitational tournament as a collegian as it is. Now, going into the likes of Olympics, there are top athletes you are bound to face, top athletes in the ranks of the then Usain Bolt. And you're going to come out with this one. So that is where his performance may really, really be measured. But I think at the moment, we should just be satisfied with what he has brought to the table.
Sammy, what Wisdom was talking, he made mention of being posts.
I think that's the most important thing. That's it.
It's like he made mention of being posts. We can go and go. Francis Obikolu will lost him to Portugal. Gloria Lozé to Spain. The name goes on and on. So what is the chance of Nigeria keeping this guy? And there are other future ones coming up as well who are based in the US or other countries, of we not losing them to other countries.
So when I saw this story yesterday, the first thing that came to my mind is the Athletics Federation is saying this is a good one, they have to build on this. But the truth about it is, if they continue behaving the way they are behaving right now, that's talking about the Nigerian Athletics Federation, Nigerian sports in general, they continue behaving the way they are behaving, and of course, it keeps growing the way he is growing. By next year, he will not be running for Nigeria, I can tell you. He'll probably go for the Olympics, and I think they go for 4 years break. You can't run for 4 years, then you switch nationality. Before you know it's already happened. Nigeria needs to step up. If we want to keep these guys, we need to step up. I don't know why we're celebrating his victory. Yes, he's good, he's a Nigerian, he's doing well, but we have this ability of always taking glory for things that don't belong to us. All of a sudden, Anton Joshua is a Nigerian. Things like this keep happening. He did train here. Reliance was saying we should take solace and be happy in the fact that he was not even trained here. I think it's a bad thing that he was not trained here. If he was trained here and was breaking all of this records, and say, okay, yes, that means we can also train top striker's child. We can train striker's child to come this fast. When Wisdom eventually gets married, you can train his child also to become that fast.
Why are you avoiding yourself?
You don't know if I'm married. It's been a while. so let's just move on. But then basically what I'm saying is, if he doesn't get poached, because most likely he would, he's in Texas. I think it's a problem. And the state always goes for the best of the best. I think they see that he keeps beating their best, and they'll go for him.
And they've gone into oblivion in the same
exactly.
time. When it comes to
exactly. When you look at, he keeps breaking their records. He's broken the 50 meters record right there for the university. Now he has a national state record. This guy keeps doing more and more. And what makes his feat fantastic is that he ran I think 9.96 seconds twice. He didn't do it once.
Yeah.
Doing it once can say, okay, a mistake. He did it twice. He did it in the first round, and he did it to also win the race. Meaning that's something he can always meet. So now the next thing he can be thinking of is, how do I beat this? So for him now, he keeps improving. He keeps getting better. Like he said, I never expected it. That's exactly what I'm going to say about this man. He keeps getting better and better. But Nigeria AFN need to sit up. If they don't sit up, we're going to lose him. I'm going to lose many other athletes. Because athletics is a game you can just simply get poached.
Can I say ask what do we do to raise the bar of athletics in this country?
Well, first I think
because it used to be a medal hopeful for Nigeria going to other tournaments.
True.
Athletics.
That's the thing. I think first is support for athletes. Even before we talk about facilities, you look at the fact that in 2016 also Dudu was complaining, and most times this never expected it. I've gotten used to hearing it from him. Was also talking about the fact that the support when it comes to the athletes, it's not there. I think the facilities is of course, two of those things. First, support for athletes. Here you're racing for Nigeria, you're competing for the country. You're not even sure that they know you're even competing or they even care. We talked about the wrestling team that came back from the African Wrestling Championships, and there was nobody, not even a representative. We're not talking about the minister or somebody.
So the minister went out. Was not
he
allowed.
went out. He couldn't even send anybody to say, okay, go and stand on my behalf with maybe at least 2 or 3 people to at least welcome this team. So the support we give to some of these athletes is one problem. Because, of course, if my heart is, if I'm really happy with you most times, I could really want to work for you despite the challenges, that unforeseen challenges that may be available. So, but the truth is, our support for athletes is completely, unacceptable by any standard anywhere in the world. The kind of money we pay, the way we take care of them is something that is laughable. Someone is competing for a tournament, there's no proper camping, they just expect you to prepare 1 month to the time. That's when they now ask you, have you been doing it? How have you been? They just want you to do everything on your own while they come in to take the glory. Then secondly, the facilities. Now he's in Texas training. I talked about the fact that every of our hope, that is if he continues to compete for us, will rest on his shoulders, will make him so big in the press. But the question is, can only one man carry the burden of a nation in every sport? So I think for me, the facilities is another problem. We don't have facilities in Nigeria to actually train these people. Look at the coaches that are coaching him. They are white guys. No black. I don't even want to talk about Nigerian. So you see, you look at these things and ask yourself, the ones in Nigeria here, who are actually grooming them? So for us to break another record, we need to send one divine somewhere to Texas or to London for him to actually improve.
Top striker, you said how can we make the athletics better? Yes, wisdom, you said it. But I think the first step we need to do is realize that our athletics is bad. If you don't realize it's bad, you can't fix it. Yeah. Let us sit and tell ourselves our athletics is bad. Let us start over again. Which is something we say, let's start over again, and then we don't. Eventually, we just come. What way of painting problems? I think wisdom already said, what way of painting? We don't fix, we paint. We just say this house don't spoil, we buy new paint. You paint it white and blue, it becomes fine all over again. 2 years from time gives you that same problem. So basically, what we need to do right here is realize, okay, our athletics is bad. Let's go out there. The Nigerian team is making me laugh. Okay, now let me continue. We'll get there. When you look at it, realize our athletics is bad, and then go back there, get these guys from secondary school. And it's painful saying all these things because it's not like you don't know. But the truth about it is nobody wants to do it. That's just the basic truth about it.
And of course, I'm going over to tennis this afternoon. So the Barcelona Open right there. Rafael Nadal is currently on court against Leonardo Meyer. He has lost the first set 7-6 to Leonardo Meyer, the guy from Argentina. Moving on this afternoon, where world number 3 and ATP Finals defending champion Alexander Zverev was defeated in the second round of the Barcelona Open yesterday in 3 sets by Chile's Nicolas Jarry, who qualified for the tournament as a lucky loser. Jarry, who's 23, saved the match point on his way to a 3-6, 7-5, 7-6 win, inflicting a 50 defeat in 7 meetings on his German opponent. The third seed and world number 5 Dominic Thiem progressed to the third round with a 6-3, 6-3 victory over Argentine Diego Schwartzman, while 2-time Barcelona champion Ken Nishikori recovered from 4-1 down in the first set to record a 7-5, 6-2 win over 21-year-old American Taylor Fritz. Spain's David Ferrer, who will retire after next month's Madrid Open, also advanced following a 6-3, 6-1 win against Misha Zverev. Earlier on, British number 2 Cameron Norrie lost 6-2, 6-2 to Spain's Albert Ramos Vinolas in the first round. Defending champion Rafael Nadal, chasing a record 12th Barcelona Open trophy, is currently on court at the moment. He has lost the first set 7-6, while he's leading in the second game by a 1 game to love right there. And of course, Reliance Thiem, Zverev lost again. Thiem progressed. Is it time to stop describing these lads as upcoming generation in tennis?
I think so. Really, I think so. If you want to look at the reason why we keep describing them that way is because of the age. But if you consider their progress in tennis, you may not want to describe them as upcoming anymore. In 2017, Barcelona Open, Rafael Nadal defeated Dominic Thiem to lift the trophy. 2018, same Barcelona Open, defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas to lift the trophy. Now, the same Stefanos Tsitsipas in the Australian Open defeated Roger Federer in the semi-finals, and then in I think Indian Wells or thereabouts, he got to the finals and Roger Federer defeated him. So I can keep going on and on and on and keep counting how these guys have faltered. It's no longer a situation whereby we keep describing them as upcoming in the world of tennis, because the form you expect them, the level that the likes of Roger Federer, the likes of Rafael Nadal and Djokovic were as at this particular age, these guys are not even close. Okay, now look at Alexander Zverev, defeated by somebody who qualified as a lucky loser. They've met 7 times, and this particular guy, Jari, who is 23 years of age, have defeated him 5 good times out of 7. I think it's almost like saying done and dusted for them. We'll keep calling them upcoming generations until they are 30 and they have nothing to show for it.
And of course, Wisdom, how far do you see Nadal progressing in this tournament? And of course, he has already lost the first set, struggling in the second set right there. Any hope for him?
Well, he has started poorly already in this clay court season, and it looks like he's going to continue struggling. I am beginning to feel that just maybe he might not be in the best frame of mind too for the tournament. He had some issues with his uncle, even if it was his uncle that went out to talk.
So are we making excuses for his poor play now?
No, I think today's result would actually confirm if truly Nadal, this is not. We know he's good. There's no. If you do it 5 times, 6, 7, 10, 11 times,
is it the case of
you're good enough?
Return?
No, I wouldn't say so. I would just say maybe he's not in his A game. This time might just be a thing of maybe a frame of mind or confidence. Going into the clay court season, or just maybe overbearing pressure because everyone is tipping you to be the favorite and all that. But generally, let's see how it pans out. This game would actually determine a lot. But quickly, top striker, just to talk about the young lads and all that. Let's leave this young lad thing. Zverev turned 22 3 days ago, and I just put it side by side with Rafael Nadal. At least I know he won 2005. He won a Grand Slam. I forgot the Opens now, but put up a Grand Slam in 2005, and he's 32 now. If you measure the age difference and this man being 22, if Roger Federer by 20, most of them had already picked up their first Grand Slams, and these guys are even struggling to pick up ATP titles.
Monica Seles won, I think,
is it over 5 years?
She
or
won
so?
about 8 Grand Slams. 7 of those were as a teenager.
I mean, and you ask yourself, these names now. I just think first is lack of quality. Let's just be straight. There are no good names to actually challenge these guys, and that's what's making us look at these guys. Zverev is no longer a team. Tsitsipas is beginning to leave that category also. Dimitrov has already left the category since. Nick Kyrgios. So. But we keep just flattering them because there is nobody to push these guys, and we just want to give ourselves hope that these young stars are coming up, the next gen in code. But I think for me, Zverev, what a poor way to start the season. He has not really been in form, this season, this year began. Let's see how it goes for him. But for Nadal, this game would actually decide or tell us if Nadal has actually lost form, at least in this clay court season.
Quickly before we go, Sammy, with what we are seeing with Nadal struggling in the clay courts, are you sure he can retain his trophy at Roland Garros, the French Open?
Never say never. That's not the first thing about Rafael Nadal. Never say never. I remember when he came out to win the 10th and the 11th one, most person said, oh, this man is already lost. He's always getting injured and the rest of it. But when the beast comes out, he just comes out to play. For now, he's struggling, but let's not forget, he's the king of clay. And he's called the king of clay for a reason. When time comes, he can just pop up and get the job done. So for me, I can't write him off. I think he's going to still get the job done. He's just slow. I think he's not in his groove yet. Wisdom said it. He's not in his A game. He's taking it slowly, but he's picking up. By the time it gets to the French Open, I don't think this is Rafael Nadal will be seen. We'll be seeing a totally different Rafael Nadal. And for me, I beg to differ. These guys are still the next generation. The fact that Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal,
but you're not in your head when they call next generation.
I was checking by what he was saying because of this. Is I see the fact that you are so good doesn't mean I'm not good. That's the truth about it. Roger Federer, these guys were winning medals already. They've been winning for so long. They are winners. It's not easy to come up and upstage them. It's like saying that there are no good footballers again in the world because Ronaldo and Messi keep winning the world best footballers. There are other good footballers. They're not just at that level yet. They will get. Let's give them time. But let's just call them next Djokovic or next Radal. Those things don't work. It always turns out to them. But for me, I think let's just be patient with them. Let them keep playing good tennis. That's all that matters.
Until they are 30 years, right?
When they are 30, we'll write them off finally.
Does anyone still see that coming into this game? He leads the second game by 2-love. So anybody see him coming back into this game?
Of course,
I do.
I think for, as he said, for the king of clay, anything is possible. This is his field. He's already taken the second one. I think is positive. So we hope to see how it passes. But I think he can come back. Lost the first one narrowly, but I think there's still a lot to play for if he continues pushing the way we are seeing.
And of course, good one right there. Rafael Nadal up against Meyer. He lost the first set 7-6. He currently leads the second set by 2-love. And of course, to the MPFL, where a game will go down today, later right there in Benin at the Uniben Sports Complex. Enugu Rangers, 13-game unbeaten run they are at the moment, up against Bendel Insurance, a draw specialist in the MPFL. If you put the two groups together, that is draw specialists. Predictions, wisdom. Let me start with you, Sammy. Enugu Rangers take Bendel Insurance away from home.
I don't think Rangers will lose. I don't think Rangers will lose. So that they come with a win or they come with a victory, with a draw in that one. I don't see them losing that game. They've gone, I think, 13 games unbeaten already in the league so far. They've been playing so well. After being knocked out of the CAF Confederations Cup group stages up until now, they've kept playing. They said they've gained a lot of experiences from playing right there, and it's actually impacting on their football. We're seeing them play right well. Their combination play is sweet. Everything about them just seems to be working. For Benin, Insurance of Benin, team I love so much, but then they just seem to be able to get it. I think they'll be going back to the NNL, and when they come back, maybe next season, they'll be able to get it done.
And of course, let's go on a quick commercial break. We'll come back as well from the other guys in the studio. The prediction of what to expect in the MPFL rescheduled game today. Enugu Rangers, the guest of Bendel Insurance right there at the Uniben Sports Complex.
River State, Nigeria, Africa is here. Come and experience exciting matches and great music as the best African players touch down in Port Harcourt. It's the 2019 All-African Senior Championship. Venue is the DHA Spiff Civic Center, Port Harcourt. From the 22nd to the 28th of April. Time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Music performances with lots of side attractions. Nigeria, Africa is here. River State, are you ready?
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
No matter the stage, there's still room for greatness.
And of course, welcome back to the program today, Sport Live with you live on this frequency 95.1 FM right here in Port Harcourt. Talking about the MPFL rescheduled game tonight, or this evening rather. Bendel Insurance up against Enugu Rangers. Reliance, what should we expect from this game?
Well, I would have really been able to say what to expect play by play, team by team, if I've been able to see any of the MPFL games, so far this season. But I think we'll always watch it through the eyes of our colleagues who are in the stadium, as well as giving us social media updates. But that being said, I think it's a game to watch out for. It's one of those games where you expect Enugu Rangers to see how they can upstage, break that record for Bendel Insurance this season, holding on to their draws as it is, even if it is not helping them. But from the form that we've seen Enugu Rangers this season, I think there are possibilities that they can get an away win, from Bendel Insurance. And then Bendel Insurance on their own part want to see how they can cement themselves, probably maybe get a draw, because that as it is will be the best result for Bendel Insurance when you consider the kind of team you are coming up against and their form in the season for 2019. So the best they can get from this particular encounter will be a draw. So it's more like, just like Sammy says, more like either a draw for the game or an away win for Enugu Rangers.
Wisdom?
Well, I think it looks like it might just be a draw if you want to look at how far it has been for the Benin guys. They're talking about Bendel Insurance. 9 draws, 3 wins managing 3 losses also. I mean, it looks poor. But one thing I want us to also get is the fact that they are in trouble now. After today's game, it will just be 6 games left in the season, and we don't want to see this traditional side go down. That's the truth. I don't know of anybody, but the names.
On that sentiment?
No, the names that the memories it brings back, if we can, because continuity in the MPFL has been a problem. If we can actually bring some of these names back into the side, can actually, as in into the league, the Nigerian game distracting me. We just hit the bar via a free kick, deflected a little. But the truth is, if we look at how they've been performing, this team went to Enyimba. They hosted Enyimba, held them to a goalless draw, standstill. Went over to Aba, did the same thing. Our own Rivers United played out a draw with them. It looks like a very, very compact side when it comes to their back line. But the problem has always been their attack. So we hope to see how it pans out. I think Enugu Rangers would want to continue in that run, but take nothing away from the fact that this team, talking about Bendel Insurance, are in troubled waters. The support of the whole state and the eyes of everyone there is looking up on them. I believe the state government have done a lot. If we look at how they qualified, the fact that even the deputy governor put in everything, showed himself on the bench, just to tell you how much the government were interested in pushing that team up. So wait to see how it pans out. But I think if we want to look at the statistics, it might also end in a draw. In a draw for you, of course. For Sam does not see them lose. They don't see Rangers losing. Either a draw, a win, the same with Reliance. And of course, the same with Wisdom right here. Over now to Nigeria's Golden Eagles. Game time check is about 76 minutes already. It's still goalless between Nigeria and Uganda. The first semi-final of the Under-17 AFCON right there in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And of course, any surprises? So far, so good. These guys have not been able to convert their chances, hitting the woodwork twice. The Guineans also have their own fair share of hitting the woodwork in the first half. Guys, what's happening? Nigeria's Golden Eagles up against their counterpart from Guinea.
It's just been the usual struggle competition from the first game, which I saw up until now. They've had one issue, which has been wasteful in front of goal, and they've had a couple of chances right here. No clear-cut chance yet, 50-50 chances, but then you could always do better. Always try to hit the target. At least when we're playing football, so they always say, always try and play it on target. Even though the keeper saves it, just make sure it's on target, and that's what these guys are failing to do right now. Water break currently going on, 75 minutes of play right about now. We'll be hoping the Eagles will be able to step up and do something great. But so far so good. They dominated the play. They've held their own, but physically they seem to be lacking.
Wisdom against a Guinean side that is very physical like them as well, and of course the two players that have been petitioned by Morocco and Senegal of being overaged are still very much in this game, causing so much problem right there for Nigerian team. Do you see this game going to penalties or this game ending in regulation time on 90 minutes? Well,
There's only about 20-something minutes left, if it's even up to, so I think it's possible that anything can happen in this one. I think 13 minutes now, so before we end of regular time, so anything can happen in this game. But the truth is, from what I'm seeing here, it looks like the finishing that has been the problem ever since that first game. I don't know, after scoring 5 goals and conceding 4, it's like the coach just did a reset. Let's become back solid defenders and poor, attackers, and that has still been the problem. The finishing has been poor. We've been quite wasteful. I don't want to talk about the Guinean side. If you look at the games they've played, even en route to this stage, even the last one that ended in one, and them winning 1-0, I don't think they've been very prolific in terms of scoring. But for Nigeria as a team, looking at it from our angle, I think we've been very wasteful. And if we continue this way, it might just enter into the shootouts. As for me, I will still say it. I'm not really interested in them. Good enough they qualify for the World Cup. Once you don't qualify for World Cup as an under-17, it looks like a failed generation when it comes to Nigeria. So good enough they've been able to qualify. I will hope to see how the result pans out. But for me, it might just be going into the penalty shootouts.
Reliance, should Nigeria fail to win this tournament or go beyond their Guinean counterparts, will you be disappointed with the way the guys have played? Despite the fact they've booked the World Cup tickets.
The only reason I will be disappointed is the technical play up front. That means the coach is not doing anything. The management, the technical crew, I should say, of this particular team is not doing anything.
What if they try to correct them and the players come to the pitch and do something else?
Okay, fine.
Let me give you a story.
That is...
Just like Agawa was bought from Shakhtar Donetsk to Wigan Athletic. The manager was Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce said in training, nobody plays close to Agawa. He's the best player in training. Whenever he steps into the pitch in the Premier League, nobody sees him in the field of play, and he was getting starter shirts. So they asked the coach. At the point, the man said he can't understand. So most times, what if the coaches do their beat and the players cannot carry it out in the field of play?
Do you know the problem of this team? Finishing, conversion of chances. So there is no way that you put an under-17 player at this level and try to talk some sense into him technically about maybe how to take chances based on the experience. They're all called borrowed experience, and they're all called experience that come as you progress. So based on borrowed experience of other players and experience coaches as well, which you have, there's no way you're going to talk to these girls about conversion of chances And how for them to do that, you would tell me that they wouldn't sit down and listen to it and execute it. Can we count the number of chances they've got in this particular encounter and they've missed them? I don't even want to count the one of Wisdom Obani, the one in the number 9 shirt. So as it is, my point is, it shows that the technical crew of this team is doing nothing with regards to conversion of chances. Nobody should come and tell me that at this level that we are not going to teach them how to score goals and all that and all that. Like I said, they're all corporate experience. And we don't want to forget that majority of these guys do not really pass through the normal ranking of tournaments for football. They're all called under 6, under 13, under 15 and all that. We talked about the possibility of having future Eagles in this particular team. And we highlighted that day in the studio that there are just 4 of them with a certain Divine Wachuku standing out for me, because I really followed him up at the under 17, under 15 level in that particular tournament at Morocco. And so it's just 4 of them here. You don't want to go back to the others who are maybe just handpicked to come to this particular tournament. So in the absence of them growing very as expected to get to this particular level, where they should have been taught majority of these things, whereby at this particular level you expect them to execute what they have been taught. Since it is not there, it is expected that since it is still a cadet, a developmental sport, you teach them to do that. So in Auto Striker, if they do not win this particular tournament, I'm not going to be disappointed. What is important is qualifying for the World Cup, which they've done for me. But what is happening to the gameplay? Is this the kind of finishing you're going to take to the World Cup? Then you just wait to exit the World Cup at the group stage.
And of course, quickly, it's still about 82 minutes already. Sammy, can you predict this game?
I think it's running in penalties. I see that in the penalties. Both sides don't look like they want to score today. I think they want to play penalty shootout. They want to get their fans excited by the whole everything that happens to penalty
Is
shootout.
anybody's game in penalties?
Exactly. I think that's how it's going to end out, because of both sides. Nobody's actually looking like, okay, let's go get this goal. Let's take the game by the scruff or take it by the neck. Yes, everybody has complained about this team being wasteful, but then it's another 17 team. You should expect them to be wasteful, actually, because they are not experienced, they are not experts. Their decisions will be second guessed. What I think, should I chip this ball or do I place the ball? Do I go with sheer power? These things would happen. That's why it's developing that competition. Generally, what we could see from the coaches is just the style of play, the brand of play generally. And then I don't always blame these under 17 coaches for not giving us a brand of play. What style of play do our Super Eagles play? Because that's what under 17 also is supposed to play. Translate under 20, then under 23, down to the Super Eagles. But now
should be a template. Everybody
plays anything they like. Just win the game and keep progressing. That's what it's all about. So generally for me, penalty shootout.
Wisdom, you?
I have said it earlier. I think it would go down to penalties if it continues the way it's going. Players are beginning to fall they are getting tired, and we saw them go for the 75th minute and they were drinking water like it's already time for the penalty. So just maybe we might be getting to the shootout.
Reliance, you?
Just 8 minutes to end the game. I think it's going to go down to the penalties.
Two penalties for them. Let's go to the phone lines and hear what the callers have to say. The Vano Jujuru's record, a new record right there. The fastest 100 meters time for 2019. Is this a sign that Nigeria is going to go to the podium finishes in other future tournaments when it comes to athletics? What do you make about that? We've seen athletes who go to international tournaments to break some records or go for a tournament proper and could not even finish in the top 4. What do you make about that record right there? And of course, we told you that right now Rafael Nadal is currently on court up against Narumeya. He lost the first set, currently leading the second set. And of course, MPFL scheduled game today, Enugu Rangers, the guest of Benden Insurance right there at the Uniben Sports Complex. Nigeria's Golden Eagles are currently doing battle. They still goalless at 84 minutes against their counterparts from Guinea. 0817 000951 and 08109510 Let's go to the phone lines and hear what the callers have to say. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to everybody in the studio.
Good afternoon, Luis.
Okay, Luis Falcon. First of all, I'm so impressed about the Nigerian that's making us proud down there in overseas. At least they have something to post about. But the thing is that you should not be overwhelmed because it was just a main invitation tournament, right?
Yeah.
And the like of the big boys were not there. The Jacqueline and the crew, they were not there. The kids, they were not there. So we should not you people go and pay their deal. Because when this is not time, while I don't do it now. When the big boys don't come for that party, you don't change the place to regular. About the 17, I think this thing is just a progressive something. They should not be always winning the trophy all the time. But Nigeria, we know they carry last. But I think this one I'm watching at the TV is going to end on the penalty shootout. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louis from Rukwaku. Keep the calls coming through for SMS and WhatsApp is 0701 9339 962. 0701 9339 962. Keep the calls coming through. Let's get to hear from you. Nigeria has a free kick around the penalty area of the Guinean counterpart. 0817-0000-951 and 0810-951-0951. 85 minutes gone already, and it's still goalless between Nigeria and Guinea. The first semi-final with under 17 AFCON right there in Tanzania. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Your name and location, please.
My name is Blessing. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Blessing, welcome. Let's hear from you.
Concerning today's Premier League, Nigerian Premier League, I think Vendor Insurance is going to win Enugu Rangers.
Okay.
Please, I want to find out something from you concerning tennis.
Okay.
Beautiful Ben is supposed to play today, but his game was cancelled. Can you please tell me why he cancelled his game?
Okay, we'll verify that and get back to you on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, do well to call us back. He has the wrong number right there. Keep the calls coming through. You see the program today, Spotlight, reaching you live on this frequency 95.1 FM right here in Port Harcourt. You can equally send SMS and WhatsApp to the number 0701 9339 962. 0701 9339 962. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Chinedu from Port Harcourt.
Chinedu, welcome to the program. Let's hear from you.
I think that Rangers of State
I didn't get you.
I think Rangers of Enugu will either win or draw because they have lost only once against MSN. So they have a very fantastic record.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. It thinks the Rangers have lost just one game all season. So on that premise, it thinks they're going to either win or draw the game against Insurance of Benin right there at the Uniben Sports Complex. A rescheduled game right there for Enugu. They have two outstanding games. After this one today, they have one against Rivers United. And of course, let's hope they already have a big lead between themselves and second place Eyimba right there in Group A. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Your name and location?
My name is Peter Louis from Adi George.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear from you.
Okay, I just pray and hope that Insurance will beat Rangers today.
Why?
I know they are draw specialists. Draw everywhere they draw. I hope they will win today.
Okay, let's hope and see what happens. That game comes up by 4 p.m. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, guys.
Welcome to the program, Simon.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you.
I want to start from Rangers.
Okay, go ahead.
In as much I want Rangers to win, but I don't know. My spirit is telling me that today they are going to lose. Then, for the Golden Eagles, I don't want us to talk against Golden Eagles too much. Because this team now, they are like the bandit team. You remember what happened with the Emerald Camp that they did. So I will thank God that these people, they have already qualified. Even if they lose this match at the end of the day, the most important thing. And we also supposed to encourage the coaches. They have done a great job. Even if to score goal, it's not easy to teach people how to score goal. But the most important thing now is that they are playing like a team. Also playing good football. So that is the positive that we will take from it. And you switch to individual brilliant from them. So even if at the end of the day they did not even reach final or they even their comfort, no problem. The most important thing is the World Cup. So before the World Cup, let them prepare well and face the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simon, for Rujo Moribaya this afternoon. Let's go over to England this afternoon. And of course, let's go straight to England this afternoon, where it will be all about Manchester going red and blue tonight. And of course, where would the pendulum swing? That's a big question tonight right there. For Pep Guardiola, his boys need to win this one. Before then, Christian Eriksen's stunning late winner finally ended Brighton's resistance to boost Tottenham's hopes of a top 4 finish in the Premier League. That game ended a goal to nothing courtesy of that man. Talking about Christian Eriksen, while in the other fixture of the night between Watford and Southampton, Shane Long scored the fastest goal in Premier League history after just 7.69 seconds to give Southampton the lead until Watford's Andre Gray leveled from close range. And of course, in Spain, Barcelona moved to within touching distance of the La Liga title with a comfortable victory at Alaves. And of course, Carlos Arena scored one of the goals. And of course, that man, Luis Suarez, got a second courtesy of a penalty to that result. Huesca defeated Eibar 2-0 as Valladolid defeated Girona by a goal to nothing. The big one comes down tonight right there as Paul Merson expects Manchester United to pack the boss like a Jose Mourinho team against Man City and says that their display against Everton was cringe-worthy. United were thrashed 4-0 at Everton on Sunday as they suffered their 6th defeat in their last 8 matches. They have a chance to respond and then City's Premier League title ambitions when they meet at Old Trafford tonight. United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says the game is the perfect one to bounce back from defeat at Everton, but former England international Merson does not agree. And of course, Solskjaer says the whole world is watching how they will react to that. And of course, quickly guys, Man City, Man United, the reverse fixture. This time last year, Man United came from 2 goals down to win City 3-2. What should we expect tonight? The players have to make a big statement tonight, Sammy.
Well, definitely the players have to make a big statement, right? For Manchester United, they've conceded 7 goals in the last 2 matches, 3 against Barcelona and 4 across the weekend over against Everton coming into this one. Since Solskjaer got his new contract, United have only managed 2 victories, so it just tells you the story about them. That team is struggling right about now. People are wondering, should they have given him the contract? Shouldn't they have given him the contract and all of that? He needs to get his team thinking again. You can understand them losing to Everton, but not by 4 goals to nothing. You can say, oh, maybe they were jet lagged, they're too disappointed, emotionally they were down from getting knocked out of the Champions League and the rest of that. This is where you pick up. This is where you start off all over again. If they can knock Manchester City, take 3 points off them, everyone would start believing. But then on that embarrassing defeat coming the way of Manchester United, and people will start asking, so Solskjaer won't be there come the start of next season.
And of course, Wisdom, I don't know your prediction from this game. You think City are gonna who needs this point the most?
Well, first, I'm happy Andre Marina will be the referee. First of all, because I think it might get to that point where no. It might get to that point where a lot of emotions will come, into it. I think City needs it the most, and it's very clear for me. I don't know as many people who have seen it as a big game. Yes, it might look like a big decider, but I don't think City would allow this one sleep. It's in their hands. I was saying this last week that when your success depends on your rival, that's maybe the person you're competing with, it's no longer good enough for you. Meanwhile, theirs is in their hands. After today's game, it's just 3 games left in the season. For Liverpool, it's already 3 games already. Win the rest 3 games, and Man City will be champions. Win today and win the rest 3. So I think they understand what's at stake. There's no Champions League to think about, and it's just one little final they have right there, against Watford. Basically, this is where it is for them this season. I don't think the likes of Raheem Sterling, Sergio Aguero will allow it to sleep. So for me, it's going to be Man City taking the day, but it's going to be tough. Man United will give it their all, their best. Ashley Young was saying, after that match, that loss against Everton, that they want to use this game to actually maybe put some smiles in the face of the fans. But the mathematics I'm trying to still play out is who would they want to favour? Is it a Liverpool who have been rivals? They don't like Liverpool.
Or the noisy neighbours.
The competitions. Or the noisy neighbours who have started, adding some titles. Adding some titles to...
The noisy neighbours. Manchester City are not actually rivals of Manchester United. Liverpool are the team. They do not want to get a league title. They probably want to go the next 100 years and Liverpool not win the title. So that might be there, but then we all know it's football. They have to just go out there and get the job done.
Reliance, your prediction from this game?
I don't want to predict the game. I don't know why, but it's difficult to predict top striker. You asked Wisdom a question about who needs it the most. I think both of them needs it the most. As it is right now, there are so many things at stake for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The Manchester United team is still looking for knocking the doors of a top 4 finish. Outside this particular tournament, nothing is left for them. But for Manchester City, they have the title to win after being sent packing from the Champions League by Tottenham Hotspur, and then they still have a cup finals waiting against Watford. So if you want to put that side by side, I think Manchester United needs it the most, because it's more like a season ending for Manchester United as it is. But for me to predict the game, I think it's difficult to predict really, but let me just go for a 2-2 draw.
Wisdom, you called for who to win?
I think City will take it. It's in their hands and it's in their stadium. Check
No,
how many times.
United are at home.
Check even check how many times United
It's at Old Trafford.
have been able to. Is at Old Trafford. Check how many times United have been able to get one over Man City since Man City started rising. And I tell you, it's not like the previous years. And this is in their hands. They know that if they can't get it here, it might be over. Because Liverpool themselves don't look like a team that wants to slow down.
Sammy, what about you?
United won't lose the game.
They will lose the game.
They won't lose the game.
Yeah, so that they won't lose the game. Don't confuse me now.
They won't lose the game.
They won't lose the game. The other fixture we see Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Molineux play host to Arsenal tonight. Let's go to the phone lines and hear what the callers have to say quickly. Man United, Man City tonight. Where will the pendulum swing? Who has the odds? Who is holding the dice at the moment? Where will the pendulum swing? That big one at Old Trafford. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Your name and location?
Yeah, Sonny from Ubuguru.
Sonny, welcome. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, as a Manchester United fans, I want Manchester United to lose today match.
As a Manchester United fans, you want Manchester United to lose?
Yeah, based on, I don't want Liverpool to become the Premier League champion.
Okay.
Because if they win the Premier League now, the rival will be closer. So, but I want Man City to win.
Okay.
I prefer my northern neighbor than my rival.
Okay, thank you so much. Another red right there. Keep the calls coming through 081700000951 and 0810951091. It's full time right there in Dar es Salaam. Nigeria's Golden Eaglets are up against Guinea. It's full time. This game looks like more of a penalty at the moment. Of course, the players are just sitting down waiting for the next step. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Shadrach Amadi.
Shadrach, welcome. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yes, I give you help.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, yes, Manchester United match and Man City match. I know it's going to be great. Everybody is looking up to Manchester because of what they have. But I believe in Man U is going to win today match because them two want to go for fourth place while Man City Man is not playing to favor anybody. Manchester United is playing to favor themselves because they need something at stake. They need to go to Champions League. So I give it to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shadrach Amadi. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Godwin. I'm calling you from Stadium Road here.
Okay, Godwin, welcome. Let's hear from you.
Please, I want to confirm. Are you sure that
Wow, do well to call us back if you can this afternoon. Keep the calls coming through. For SMS and WhatsApp, we have messages coming through. Reliance.
Yeah, we do. This one says, good afternoon. My name is Labish. Just like the 1996 Atlanta team and the Super Eagles thereafter, Nigeria is once again blessed with abundant young talent capable of ruling Africa and the world if properly administered. My sincere advice as a football person is that the NFF should source a world-class coach, even on a short-term basis, to execute the 2020 Olympics and Qatar 2022. Through this, never like before have we been privileged to have this bunch of talented lads and must make best use of them. Neither Raw nor Amapakabo is technically good enough to prosecute this assignment, even though they are both good managers in their own right. This particular one is coming in from Emmanuel from Rumigbo, and he says, Manchester United will lose today. Their fans should not expect a win tonight. Thank you. And this particular one is coming in from Asoluko Jonathan. Good day, sport gun. Man United should please sack Ole for me. And then this particular message is coming in from Morgan in a bad road, and he says, please, where is Amonike's squad that play that friendly? Okay, this particular, that is Ajani Inokrika. Then he goes on to say, please, Ole is not the answer. Where is Toweremi Dure, Eaglet, 85 defender? He collected red card. Morgan from a bad road. I see Blues sit on top 3. Toby from Elimbo. Okay, thank you.
We're getting that ready. Let's go to the full lines. I lost that call right there. And of course, it's more like penalties at the moment. I think the Guineans will be starting the penalties first, and we are going to the lotteries of penalties. It's anybody's game. I don't like when I support a team, the game should go into penalties because it can go either way. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Your name and location?
My name is Fred from Port Harcourt.
Fred, welcome. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I don't think Manchester United has the quality to stop Man City. And as it appears now that they are not even
in a great form, and they don't give a damn about losing or winning, despite the fact that they lost 4-0 last time. If you look at it, Pogba was saying that telling his mates that he will be leaving by the end of the season, and all of them are thinking that way. So I don't think that United will take this one. Man City will beat them and beat them silly. It won't even be one.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Good afternoon. I'm Ebuka.
Ebuka, welcome. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yes, all these Manchester United fans claiming they don't want their team to win. They are just making excuses in advance because they know they are going to lose to City. Definitely they are losing to City. I'm a Liverpool fan though, so I want them. I'm hungry for them to win, but I know this night they will disappoint themselves.
Okay.
You go to the Europa League where they deserve to win. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have messages coming through. Relance.
Yeah, from our WhatsApp portal, Son of Devil says, "Hello guys, I heard the national team player of Porto B is stranded. Please, how true is it? I expect Manchester United to upset City and make the top two dramatic." He goes on to say, "Good, Raw doesn't trust solely on Francis, who for me is a lesser average keeper. I only hope he looks for an excellent keeper for the Africa Cup. I truly hope and want Liverpool clinch the title. They deserve it too."
Thank you so much. Of course, one last call for the road. Hello, good evening, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This
Please
is Daniel calling from Port Harcourt.
make it short and simple. We're out of time.
Okay. The truth is that Manchester United would not lose their identity because we really need it to qualify for the top four.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a wrap on the show this afternoon. Many thanks for your listening. Pleasure. If not for anything, at least for your hearts. Do some sports. Emmanuel Chibuza, signing out.
Are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. This every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon, and here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Ifeami Andrew. The Senate has postponed passage of the 2019 appropriation bill till Tuesday. Our correspondent reports that lawmakers resolved to postpone the third reading of the bill as the details of the estimates had not been made available. President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, ruled that copies of the details be made available to lawmakers by Monday, ahead of the passage of the budget on Tuesday. In the meantime, the upper chamber confirmed the appointment of Omolola Edewa as Executive Director, Corporate Services, Nigeria Deposit Insurance. This followed presentation of the Committee on Banking, Insurance, and other financial institutions by the chairman, Senator Rafiu Adebayo, at plenary. Omolola Adewo, who is the daughter of late MKO Abiola, will be serving her second term and final term of 5 years as executive director. And the Nigeria Medical Association and National Association of Resident Doctors have described as unfortunate comments by the Minister of Labor and Employment, Chris Ngige, on brain drain in the medical sector. The federal government has said there is no brain drain among doctors in Nigeria, contrary to reports that Nigeria is losing our doctors to Western countries. Minister of Labor and Productivity, Chris Ngige, said the relocation of Nigerian doctors to other countries is generating huge revenue for the country.
We have foreign exchange earnings, not from oil. The Indians were doing this. Ceylonese, they taught me. Pakistanis. It's good there. They are trained. They are better trained because of the facilities they have there. Eventually, I know some of them who have come back home with those facilities and open up centers here. And they are setting up centers back home here. And in their centers, they have CAT scan, they have MRI scan, they have other scan, which even the government hospitals cannot maintain. You see, the drain is inimical. If somebody goes out to be a neurosurgeon abroad, and we don't have neurosurgeons here,
but the enemy President Adedayo Faduyile said Nigeria does not have enough doctors, stressing the need to ensure the country retains its medical personnel. Faduyile said the World Health Organization standard for optimal health care to be achieved, a doctor-patient ratio of 1 to 600, while Nigeria, where there are 40,000 doctors taking care of 2 million people. And there seemed to be a misunderstanding between the River State chapter of Miners Association of Nigeria and the State Council of the Association of Tippers and Quarry Employers of Nigeria over which union would regulate the mining sector in the state. Speaking to the correspondent of Frida Alerechi, the River State chairman of Miners Association of Nigeria, Chief Williams Adiele, said the Union of Tippers and Quarry Employers of Nigeria are trying to hijack the mining regulations in the state, adding that such act is illegal and against the mining law. Chief Adiele noted that the mining sector has a complex law and regulation and are strictly enforced by the federal government.
Actually, mining sector in River State is not too going well with the people in the entire state. Based on the price of the sand, that is the key of the mining here present in River State. I know that we don't mine gold. We cannot obtain a parity from the federal government, and we are cheating on the federal government again. Based on that promise, we have decided to increase the price of sand, which the Union of Tipper and Quarry is telling us that they are in charge to regulate the mining sector in River State, which we know that dredging is on the exclusive list of the federal government and can never be controlled by a Union of Tipper and Quarry. The miners in the state have declared that position illegal, null and void.
On his part, River State chairman of the Union of Tippers and Quarry Employers of Nigeria, Godson Miller, said Miners Association accused the Miners Association of trespass by trying to regulate quarry employers.
We are having with the Miners Association of Nigeria is a very simple one. I think they don't know their aim and objective of why they were being established as an association. They were established under the Companies and Allied Matters Act. We are a trade union established through the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. To trade, they are just an association, a professional association. So what is actually the issue is that they are trying to regulate our trade, the commercial aspect of our statutory obligation. And we are saying no, they cannot trade because they are a non-profit organization. That is just the issue on ground. And we have also extended a hand of fellowship. As a member of the Union of Tipper and Quarry Employers of Nigeria, I can also be a member of Miners Association.
It will interest you to know that the controversy between the two unions may lead to the increase in the price of sands if not managed. Then the UN Rights Chief Michelle Bachelet has condemned the mass executions carried out by Saudi Arabia. Bachelet, who is the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, stressed that those convicted were likely not afforded credible criminal trials. She noted that the shocking mass executions across 6 cities in Saudi Arabia, in spite of grave concerns raised about the cases, adding that it is particularly abhorrent that at least 3 of those killed were minors at the time of their sentencing. Bachelet therefore urged the oil-rich kingdom to immediately launch a review of its counter-terrorism legislation and amend the law to expressly prohibit the imposition of the death penalty against minors. At least 100 people have been executed in Saudi Arabia since the start of the year. And that's it on the news update. Thank you for your time and stay tuned.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
I'm T. Rangers calling from Imo State.
My name is White calling from Bayelsa.
Hello, yes, this is Udwa calling from Akwa Ibom.
My name is John calling from Obaka.
Shamaka calling from Abia.
This is Toya calling from Bayelsa. I'm Divine calling from Port Harcourt.
With over 8 million listeners glued to this dial, why not take advantage?
Showcase your product
and services to the world with rates that wouldn't break your back.
Visit us at number 1 Today FM Drive off East West Road, Rumekini, Port Harcourt, or our city office, 21 Orobon Crescent, GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt.
Give us a call today on
0803 35 57 986 or 0810 128 2937.
We are your number one talk radio station. Today, 95.1 FM. Voice of the people.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the name is the one who made the public know about.
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
Some people will carry human head in their boots and they will not charge them because they are collecting bribe.
When they go collect salary, then go say government need to pay them way.
All these taxi drivers safe. They don't even get papers. Even driver's license safe, they no get.
Hey you, back there. Hold on there.
Their cars are in bad shape, very, very bad shape. They have no ethics of driving. That is why they will continue to bribe so that they can have their way.
I could shoot you now. I could shoot you.
Headlight, you no get. Side mirror, you no get. Motorway to where carry animal. Now you take put for road to carry human being. You never even wind the motor when rain they fall. You no get conscience at all.
Take, you be number 15. You be number 5. More than no forget on a number.
Let's allow them do their job. Do not obstruct justice by giving or taking bribe. Avail yourself a check. Even you, Oga driver, stop reckless driving and always update your papers. This information
is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM.
Voice of the people.
Officer, give me change. Now 1,000 I give you.
Every child deserves to be happy. Every child deserves to laugh. Years after Nigeria adopted international prohibitions on child labor into law, millions of children in the country are still engaged in child labor activities. The International Labour Organization estimates that about 25% of Nigeria's 80 million children under the age of 14 are now in the workforce. Every child deserves a childhood. Let us all rise in every hood to give every child, regardless creed, belief, or tribe, a pleasant childhood filled with laughter. This message is brought to you by the Voice of the People. Today 95.1 FM.
Peace is a situation where there is no war or violence in a society. Peace allows wealth to accumulate and the society to advance.
Through peace, generations of wealth, education, technology can build up, thereby making people very prosperous and happy.
Without peace, there will be violence, war, and underdevelopment in our society. The most disadvantageous peace is far better than the most just war. Let us embrace peace for a better society.
This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM.
It's what I pray for all around the world. It's what I pray for all
Here at Today, we bring you what you need to hear.
This is what they're going after. They're not going to
It has to be applicable to all situations.
It cannot be because when the evidence.
Some people are not sure of 1 meal a day in a society with such huge potentials. If a criminal passes that place, whichever means he used in passing, and you turn around to blame the citizen, for instance, people will ask you, were you not there? Malaria kills Nigerians. Malaria.
News.
This is the World News. I am Annie Abdul Salam. In the headlines, Federal Executive
Sports
and entertainment. My name is Shubogu Najib. Straight up to football on the show.
This is Today. Every day.
24/7, 365. We are your official all-year radio station.
For crying out loud, why should you leave me at this point in time? Oh my God. In my life now. How could it do a thing like that to me? What on earth did I do to this?
Suicide is a practice that is fast gaining dominance in Nigeria. Suicide is the intentional act of taking one's life. Within the first quarter of 2017 alone, many Nigerians have subscribed to suicide as a means to escaping depression, severe anxiety, acute stress, terminal diseases, lack of money or hope for survival, mental disorder, or even a heartbreak. The World Health Organization revealed that no fewer than 1 million people die annually from suicide, which represents a global mortality rate of 16 people per 100,000, or one death in every 40 seconds. It is also a fact that approximately 10 to 20 million people attempt suicide every year. But is anything worth dying for?
Oh my God.
Suicide is a major public health concern, but it is preventable. Talk to someone when you feel depressed. You can also prevent others from a suicide attempt by contacting the Nigerian Suicide Prevention Initiative on 080-621-06493 or 080-921-06493. Choose to live today because life is beautiful. This message is powered by your premium talk radio, Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701-933-9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
All stands, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your pen, carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. The sins of this people, many, so many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. Multiply them, the answer you get now waiting, they make come and they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man, they mess and leaders, they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant and bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, oh yeah, join Jagbajantis, make we solve mathematics. We did about our continent, so you both say about mass, we go use take solve mathematics. So follow Jagbajantis. So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh, for objectivity.
Be objective,
D for democracy.
Military.
M for modification
of our behavior, let's stand to the Savior.
Hey, accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity.
Not every time we buy it, oh my shell.
We enter new millennium.
Shut it ball.
Nigerians like 120 million.
Shut it ball.
One population of 6 billion.
6 billion.
Divide that one by 120 million all together. Oh yeah.
All together.
The answer you get now waiting they make people they jar. Come on for Niger. Answer you get now waiting they make people want travel. By hook or by crook. The answer you get now waiting they make people they sleep for embassy for visa. Answer you get now waiting they make people they sell them property for ticket. Get it, get it. Then they travel see. Get it, get it. Oh, hey. Everybody, oh yeah, oh,
join Jabberjantis, solve mathematics.
with the Dabaru our continent. So,
Oh, you both say, no partners,
we go use takes.
solve mathematics. So follow Jabberjantis.
So ya Caribbean, be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Oh, for objectivity.
Be objective, gentlemen, ladies.
Be for democracy.
No matter how hard it is, the better military.
M for modification.
Of our behaviors unto the Savior.
A, accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity.
United we stand and divided, oh my shell.
You just the HSCity.
Shut it go.
And there's the VG City.
Shut it go.
Micro level for HSCity.
City.
Richmond corner be VG City.
Major city.
You try add AJ and VG City all together. Oh yeah.
All together.
The answer you get now waiting they make Richmond oppress and then suppress. The answer you get now waiting they make poor man depress. But then aggress. The answer you get now waiting they make poor man they try to keep up
with the Joneses.
Answer you get now waiting they make poor man begin. They try to prove a limit. Get it, get it. Now go get money then they finish. Get it, get it. Oh, hey, everybody, oh yeah, oh,
Join Jabberjantis, solve mathematics.
with the Dabaru our continent. So,
Oh, you both say, no partners,
we go use takes.
solve mathematics. So follow Jabberjantis.
So ya can't
Situation in this nation, disposition, our condition, unexplainable pain. In our hearts, not to mention brothers killing brothers, full of patience, salvation. Resolutions are made, but always made with lack of vision. Imperfection is the order as we keep seeking solutions. Only God can solve this mathematical equation.
Thanks for your contribution. Now, any more questions?
It all begins with breaking news.
Now, make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
The platform on radio serves all the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
They want them to know the road. So some people don't get where to. No, like for Arabians are here, I say give them 7 days. say before 7 days make everybody come out. And those women, they don't get anything, they don't get what to do, they don't get where to stay. Some people, if you see their condition is not well. So if you want to help them, make it try to help them, give them money. And my brother, I'm a driver here. Just this morning, with my greatest surprise, they come, I saw road safety, I saw mopo, I saw all manner of uniform men here. They came, they pursued all of us, drag the whole of from Nikoku to my tree, the whole of this place was just like a desert. Now we don't have any place to park and carry passengers. So everybody should go into the park. But where is the park now that will contain the whole buses in this area? It can't be possible now. The park is very small now, except maybe they want to create another park for us. We that are running these small buses, we even went to the park people refused to register us. They said we should not come and join them. So are we going to die?